we really struggled with performing in the sunlight. With the warmer tires, we really favored the nighttime races like Slinger Nationals. So we did a really good job getting our stuff right away Saturday morning, and prepared our race car as best as we can. And that was kind of the key right off the bat, was to get started on a high note, and that's kind of what translated into Sunday.
I've said it 1,000 times, the Midwest Tour produces some of the best racers in the country, and they're all going to be on top of their game. We're racing for $15,000. We're racing against Matt Kenseth, Johnny Sauter, all the big guns are going to be there. So we're all going to be scaling a little harder and making sure everything's on point.
Welcome to another edition of Midwest Tour Talk. I am Dean Strom. He is Jim Tretow. We have got a great show lined up for you today. The Midwest Tour season, Jim, got kicked off last week Sunday at the Slinger Super Speedway. What a great event.
First time the Speedway was used as an ARCA Midwest Tour venue. There were a lot of local racers that put on strong performances, but the driver who did the best actually won the track championship there last year. Luke Fenhaus was able to win that race, his first ARCA Midwest Tour victory. Why don't we show you the highlights of that race before we do more on this show, because we have a lot to talk about. Take a look at the highlights from Slingers Miracle on the High Banks 75. Against his weekly rival in the 48, Brad Keith, and here we go. What do you like to say, Dean? We're racing.
Green flag, and we're racing.
Time's ticking away. You better click on MidwestTour.tv right now to get the live look in and to continue to look in, because we're going to go away in a few laps, in a few moments. We're already 9 laps into this one.
Luke Fenhaus battling back as we have trouble in turn 4. A couple of cars have gone around in turn 4. That'll put us under caution for the first time. It looks like the 47 of Brazen Bennett, the 80 of Ryan Farrell stopped up there to avoid the 42 of Dennis Prunty. We're coming back to green. And Luke Fenhaus is going to take command up the back straightaway, but Gabe Summers all over the rear bumper of the 4 machine. Swanee up on the outside, and that 97 is the 23, Vandergeest. Oh, we got one turned around.
Dennis Prunty has spun in turn number 4. Again, he went to the pits. He started in the back on this restart. He was stopped as the yellow flag appeared. Thankfully, great short track supporters back to green flag. Luke Fenhaus leads them. Only green flag laps count. Fenhaus wants to lead the rest of them. Alex Prunty wants something to say about it in that black and green. Paul Riley 11.
Now Ty Majeski crosses over Jacob Nottestead and gets by the 97 on the inside. Move Majeski up to 4th.
Krause has a little bit of tire rub on the right side of his number 9. DeStefano into Braun. Braun goes around on the bottom of turn 2. Great camera work there, catching that great tight battle.
Back to green. Alex Prunty with a great jump.
Majeski got in the back of Fenhaus saying, "We got to go, boys." Tapping him again on the backstretch.
Majeski had to back out. You cannot go 3 wide here. Chief marks the spotter. It's really, when he comes back home, Derek Krause, it's a family operation. It's fun to see.
Whoa!
Caution, turn 4, look out!
Eddie Hoffman got into Swanson, rode him through turn 4, tried to let him save it. Swanson goes around. That's R.J. Braun collected. They brought 2 cars here 2 Sundays ago to dial it in. They have not slept since, I don't think, getting this car right. And it's right now, leading this field back to the green.
And he'll lead at the line.
Followed quickly by the drivers who won the last 3 Midwest Tour championships, and Ty Majeski and 2-time champ Casey Johnson in that black 5.
Ty Majeski right there in the number 91 machine. Majeski knows how to win here on the ARCA Midwest Tour, knows how to win here at Slinger. It's go time, final 25.
Yeah, qualifying line, if you will. It's such a great race here. Notice we're not bumping and banging. We're not dialing somebody to get the lead. We're not having to hammer down. This Midwest Tour focuses on clean racing. If you can't pass them without hitting them, that we don't want you. We want you to pass them clean, go where they ain't. And now Fenhaus has the lead.
Fenhaus up front, clears Alex Prunty, goes down to the bottom. Majeski and Prunty make contact.
Majeski has right front damage. Fenhaus, Johnson, Krause ahead of this great 3-car battle for 4th.
Luke Fenhaus has, sideways is Luke Fenhaus. Casey Johnson closing in.
One slip up by Fenhaus, and look how close the battle becomes between the veterans and Fenhaus and Johnson. Here we go, one more time. 12 to go in the Keen Parts Miller Lite 75.
Luke Fenhaus holding strong, keeping Casey Johnson up on the high side, the 5 car.
So critical now to try to hold him off for that position, number
Gabe
2.
Summers trying to get the last rung on the podium. Hang on.
Mondyke and Brad Keith go around.
Coming back to green single file formation in the final 5 laps. Coming to 1 to go. This time by White is out for Luke Fenhaus.
Can you believe this young driver who said, I'm graduating high school in December, I'm moving to North Carolina in March, I want to come race with the Midwest Tour when I can. Down to the final lap, to the checkered flag comes the number 4 of Luke Fenhaus. Fenhaus wins. This battle was for the great spot and who is going to join the podium of Casey Johnson. It comes down to Majeski and Kraus, still not happy with each other. Majeski gets the spot in the waning moments here. That Luke getting the flag position just so. He's climbing out. Listen to this crowd celebrating Wausau, Wisconsin native Luke Fenhaus here at Slinger Speedway, his home track. So not only did Luke Fenhaus set fast time, he won his 30-lap showdown qualifier, Dean, and really when he got his chance to get that lead, he took it early. Starting 5th on the inside, worked his way through quickly, and held him off. What a great race that was. And I'm telling you, Dean, you have been at Slinger Speedway for a long time, working there in various capacities. I've had a chance to dip in and dip out at bigger races. That was a really big race and a really big time.
That was a really big race. It was a really impressive performance. You know, it started out a little sketchy on the day, weather-wise. Sun came out, blue skies came out, grandstands were full, and it was a great, great event.
There were 5 divisions of racing, which gave the teams a little time to adjust. And, man, Luke Fenhaus and his team with Tom Rest, the crew chief, they adjusted just right throughout the entire day. Let's welcome in now the driver who won his very first ARCA Midwest Tour race, Luke Fenhaus. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us in a busy week back home before you race again this Sunday at Madison. Congrats on the big win.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on today. We're getting ready for Madison now, and we celebrated a little bit the past couple days, but now it's time to go after another one this weekend.
What was the key Sunday at the Slinger Super Speedway? Obviously, you have had success there before, won the track championship last year, won the Slinger Nationals last year there, but it was a different cast of characters with the ARCA Midwest Tour racing in the day. What was the key this past Sunday?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect with the rain, and then last year's day race. We really struggled with performing in the sunlight. You know, with the warmer tires, we really favored the nighttime races like Slinger Nationals. So I was super optimistic about it, and wasn't sure what to think about it. But we did a really good job getting our stuff right away Saturday morning, and prepared our race car as best as we can. And that was kind of the key right off the bat, was to get started on a high note. And that's kind of what translated into Sunday.
When it comes to preparation, how close was that race car Saturday morning when you unloaded, because that was an optional practice day, to when you guys actually finally got new tires on to qualify? What were some of those changes you guys worked through?
Yeah, we changed a lot, and we never really could find out what was better. We tried a couple other packages, and we just ended up going back to where we started. So it was a good practice day. It was good to learn some things and test some new things. But at the end of the day, we kind of went back to our baseline, and that's what's been strong with us in the past. So we kept going with it.
You've got some races under your belt here in 2022, racing on the Cars Tour in North Carolina and Virginia and that part of the country. But your first race back here in the Midwest, your first race back with the home group and the home team and the home car and the home crew chief, how did it feel to get back home and racing with a familiar cast of characters?
Yeah, it felt really good. I got a lot of words to say about Tom Ress and my dad, and just working with this team up here. It feels amazing to come back here and race with them and to win races. That's what it's all about. So now we're focused on Madison, doing the exact same thing. I want to win that one really badly. So that's our focus now. And after that, we have Franklin County in Virginia with the Highlands Motorsports team. So that's kind of our schedule right now. Is we're mainly based on and focused on is Madison, and we strive to go win that race.
You talked about wanting to win bad. You mentioned that post race on Sunday that, man, and I'm paraphrasing here, but you said I beat the 5 and I beat the 91 fair and square. What was that all about?
Yeah, I just kind of, it kind of reminded me of Milwaukee Mile and a couple other races like the Dells race. We have our ups and downs, and one weekend Ty will be on, one weekend we'll be on, and I just wanted to have one clean, good race where we're both evenly matched, and I felt like we were. I felt like the 91 was I had a really good car. Just couldn't get through traffic as good as he liked. But the 5 did. The 5 got to second in a hurry, and he put up a fight. So I'm glad I raced those two out of anybody else. They're probably the 2 best in Wisconsin, I would say. So it was good to win against them and run hard against them. And, I really appreciate them running me clean. So I'm going to do the same for them. So going into this weekend, it's the exact same thing, same mindset, same goal. At the end of the day, we just want to be in victory lane.
And I want to go back to one more visit to Slinger Super Speedway. You won the race. You held them off. The first thing you did was pull to the infield, waited for the track to clear, and you got to do your own Polish victory lap. You haven't gotten to do many of those. How special was that, especially at Slinger Speedway in memory of Alan Kowicki?
Yeah, it was very special. Just to get off to the first start of the Midwest series, to grab the first win. It was kind of ideal. It happened at Slinger, being the first one that the Midwest Tour came to Slinger. It was pretty cool to check that off the list. But it was cool to do it for Alan. That was super sweet. It was almost a tear in my eye, honestly, just because it meant a lot to my team. To get off on the right foot, at the right start of the season with my home crew is big. So it's just a huge big confidence going into the next ones.
We're hanging out with Luke Fenhaus. The next one is already this Sunday, staying here in Wisconsin. There's a lot on the line. You talk about winning the Kowicki Cup as a season-long goal. You accomplished that last year with the Kowicki Driver Development Program. Now it's about collecting trophies and checks because the ARCA Midwest Tour is tough to win in. This Sunday, another chance to win $15,000 and a cool trophy, the Keene Cup, and now the Keene Ultimate Challenge. Keene Parts is putting up $3,600 to the driver who qualifies quickest and elects to take the Ultimate Challenge by starting at the rear. You've got a great track record when it comes to qualifying in the ARCA Midwest Tour races. Any thoughts about that already heading into the weekend?
A little bit. I try not to put my head too far forward. We just got to be focused on one step at a time, just getting the car right on Saturday and getting through that rain first of all. But, it's just one step at a time. We'll go from practice to qualifying, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The 91 is going to be good. The 5 is going to be good. Matt Kenseth's going to be good. So there's a tough guys this week, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for any challenge, and we're here to win. So we're going to do what we can.
When it comes to proving yourself, you proved yourself worthy of racing to second in the points, Rookie of the Year last year in the ARCA Midwest Tour. But imagine when you have these opportunities, you won't be racing full-time with the ARCA Midwest Tour. Your focus is with Highlands Motorsports and the Cars Tour in the Carolinas and Virginia. When it comes to these opportunities, do you do anything different now that you may not have done last year, knowing you're racing for the points? Now you're racing for the win. Is there a more of a calculated risk that you aren't going to worry about? Because you know what, guys? We need to get the check. We're not worried about points for this race.
Yeah, I don't know. I always tried to leave the championship out of my mind. I've always gone after the trophies. At Milwaukee, I went after the trophy, and we landed in a tough spot. But that's how it goes sometimes. I always like collecting checks and like collecting trophies. So that's the main goal is to try to win every race. I think the championships will handle themselves if we do our job every race and every week. And that's kind of how my mindset is down there as well. Is we go there to win, and the championship will take care of itself if it's meant to be.
Well, Luke, before I let you go, we want to wish you, Jim and I want to wish you a happy belated birthday. Just turned 18 a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations on that. congratulations on the win this past Sunday at Slinger Super Speedway. Appreciate you spending a couple minutes with us here on Midwest Tour Talk. Race fans are going to be able to, if they can't make it to Madison International Speedway on Sunday afternoon, they're going to be able to catch all the action right here at MidwestTour.tv. We wish you nothing but the best here the rest of your weekend, the rest of your stay back in Wisconsin, and the rest of your 2022 season. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Luke Fenhaus. Will be back in action this coming Sunday, May 1st, at Madison International Speedway. It's the Joe Shear Classic 200 presented by Keen Parts. There's a lot on the line, that $3,600 bonus just for the one driver who qualifies quickest and elects to take that ultimate challenge by starting at the rear. $15,000 on the line. And Luke Fenhaus came one spot short in 2021, Dean, from capturing that victory. That sat with him for a while. Here in great respect by not only his fellow competitors, but by the fans who are cheering on a great, great field of cars. We expect a lot of great racers again this coming Sunday. Let's take a look back to the 2021 race, Dean. Why not? Let's live it one more time. 200 laps and a half mile. That takes a lot of strategy, and Luke was right there at the end.
It was a big day, and you are certainly, when you watch these highlights, going to see the 4-car throughout that 200 laps and the highlights that we're going to look at right now.
Off of turn number 4, two drivers, one from Wisconsin, one from Minnesota, will begin the season here in the Joe Shear Classic 200 with Fredrickson on the outside, getting a big jump in that black number 36.
Fredrickson will take the point off of turn number 2. Ty Majeski rolls to the high side and works to the outside of Dennis Prunty. Two of the top runners here in the Midwest. They're good friends. Fredrickson and Majeski go 1-2 at the end of lap 1.
Now, Majeski may have to push the go button. Ahead of them is the number 2 of Greg Borchard, who I saw get really loose off of turn 2. Handling not there for the car that's going to be the next car as the leaders approach down the backstretch to worry about. He'll run the inside line. The lap cars were told the drivers, you need to stay on the bottom lane. That's where Majeski wants it. Majeski will force Fredrickson hide. Big time high. Will Fredrickson make the pay back move? No, he's going to let him go. Majeski had to go high. Didn't know how high. Here comes the number 17 of Max Kaler to pit road now. As again, we mentioned this torrid pace. Holy cow. We're clicking off laps here at Madison in a quick fashion.
And what caution is out. Caution is out. We got a spinner over in turn number 2. It is the number 2 of Gregory Borchardt, the Prior Lake, Minnesota entrant, making
4 worn but equally worn tires on the outside.
Green flag is back out by Tom White and Jonathan Island. Oh my, also, oh, look at Island in the 77. Pulls down to the inside after erupting a smoke screen behind the rest of the field.
Here comes the race leader, Luke Fenhaus. Thank you for the updates, Tony. We're back to full speed action in the backstretch at Madison International Speedway. Lap 1 at 26, working that run and working to the lead is Wausau, Wisconsin's Luke Fenhaus. Fenhaus to the point after setting fast time and starting back in 13th. That youngster, with the benefit of the caution and coming to pit road for an adjustment on lap 103, has taken over the lead.
And great action, and Majeski there off of turn number 2 to the outside of Dennis Prunty. Jim, that's a power move.
And Ty, we saw him, we think he's more of a bottom row guy. Bottom of the racetrack is where Ty has made all his runs.
Ty Majeski wants to get to the lead. So does Rich Bickle. They go nose to tail up in turn number 3. Now Rich Bickle is going to pull to the inside of Majeski. That's for second at the line. Give it to Majeski, but Bickle has the position.
Bickle had something left for Majeski. He'll take second. Fenhaus has to wash up. Fenhaus might be out of tires, and here comes Bickle now in second spot.
Oh,
Bickle really pivoted well off the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Jetted off the bottom on the front stretch and took the second spot away. Can he do it a lap later for the lead?
Fenhaus will hang on to the lead at lap 148. But that 36 machine, the Joe Shear tribute car.
Bickle's raced in the series 51 times, but he, as he told us before the race, this is my final Joe Shear race, my final Joe race, he called it. They were contemporaries. They raced hard across the country. I asked Rich, how many times this morning have you raced against Joe Shear? I said 50. He said no more. I said 200. He said probably double that. I don't know the number, but they raced a long time just like this, side by side. He said we never touched if we raced side by side, and we have a new race leader, Rich Bickle, down the backstretch.
Dalton Zier. Let's bring the 119 into the forefront here, Jim. Dalton Zier just got around Ty Majeski for third. So the former series champion Dalton Zier in the 119, late in the going here, is quietly marching his way to the front. Whoa, Casey Johnson off the pace. Casey Johnson didn't go on this restart. Bottled everybody up behind him on the front straightaway.
Caution back out.
Casey Johnson didn't go. His car has come to a rest entering turn number 1.
Second off.
Coming back to the green, under 25 to go. Rich Bickle, the outside. The leader, the control car, he'll lead him down into turn number 1. Luke Fenhaus battling back strong on the inside.
Fenhaus is going right up to the side of Bickle. Doesn't want to give him any sort of advantage. He wants to stay even with the race leader. He pours it into turn number 3. Fenhaus washed up a bit on the restart a lap ago. Here he is again off the bottom. Running next to Bickle, not giving him that room to run anywhere he'd like.
And he is going to be watching a great finish indeed as the caution is out.
Backstretch, 26, Swanson spun off at turn 2. Wow. Season. We'll find out with 14 laps to go. Bickle on the restart lead.
Bickle on the gas and down into turn number 1. He will clear Fenhaus off of 2. Fenhaus will slide into the second spot. The battle is for third.
Here
Dalton
comes
Zier.
Majeski. I'm telling you, Majeski saved something there. Zier made a move quickly in that 10-lap spurt we just had. And man, oh man, here comes Majeski on the outside, and Fenhaus is now putting himself back in the conversation.
Luke Fenhaus is not done. He dive bombed it down into turn number 1. And here comes a dive bomb down into 3. Ty Majeski and Dalton Zier, they are going at it for the third spot.
Bickle slings it high up at turn 4. Fenhaus with a great run off the bottom of turn 2. Pulling even now. Bickle has to give away, or does he? Does he close the door on the youngster? Bickle running a groove and a half up. He gives room to the bottom. He wants the outside. Bickle takes back the lead.
As he'll see the white flag this time by the veteran in his 45th season. The fans here at Madison International Speedway, Jim, are on their feet.
For the final time, Rich Bickle tucks to the bottom of turn 1. Keeps it low. Fenhaus does not have an eyeball on the inside line because he's watching the rear bumper. The full rear bumper of Rich Bickle going to turn 3, into turn 4. Here comes Bickle in the Joe Shear tribute car. Rich Bickle wins the Joe Shear Classic 200 at Madison. Wow.
And
So we'll make sure everything is good, and he's getting ready to pull it out. Here he comes. Rich Bickle, a winner here at Madison.
that was a look back at the 2021 Joe Shear Classic at Madison International Speedway. Jim, a great day, a fantastic finish, a very happy winner, and more of the same is expected this Sunday, May 1st at Madison.
And Rich Bickle actually had an issue early on with overheating. They didn't take the tape off from qualifying, so he pitted early. That played into his favor as he was able to stay out longer. Unfortunately for Casey Johnson, we saw that issue he had. He was in a really fast car, had the freshest tires at the end, but that's what a 200-lap race at Madison equals. Equals all those strategies playing out just so. Casey Johnson also came back for the second time the ARCA Midwest Tour raced at Madison International Speedway, Wisconsin's fastest half mile. In late August last year, the Howie Letto Classic 100, he owned that one. Really an impressive run there. Why don't we bring in the two-time ARCA Midwest Tour champ right now on our show? Casey Johnson, welcome to Midwest Tour Talk. How are you tonight?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk Madison. I want to talk Madison and Madison. You conquered that race last August. You had the strategy with the crew chief, Travis Dassow. How eager are you to get back there this coming Sunday?
Oh, extremely. I mean, we've had some great runs in the Joe Shear, the 200-lap race, and obviously, like you said, with that 100-lapper, the Howie Letto, we had a great car for that one. I mean, yeah, we've had the stars almost align quite a few times out there for that big one, but hopefully we can nail it down this weekend.
You nailed the big one last year, too. You're probably one of the hottest drivers going right now when it comes to the Midwest period. That Howie Letto Classic was late August. The ARCA Midwest Tour ended the season in October, traditionally at Oktoberfest at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, the Oktoberfest 200. You won that one, too. So we're talking about high-profile big races. You're batting pretty good right now on the averages, I would say. That has to add to your confidence as well, winning that big one last year.
Oh, yeah, that definitely keeps us rolling. I mean, me and Travis, we've worked together for a couple of years now, and it just seems like the more and more of those big races we run, our flow just gets better, and, you know, the results are there for us.
Casey, you're from, well, not too far down the road from Madison International Speedway, but you really cut your racing teeth at Jefferson Speedway. Kind of a night and day difference in tracks. What do you remember about going to the big fast half mile at Madison for the first time?
Man, I tell you what, like you said, I cut my teeth at Jefferson the quarter mile, and once you went to Madison, that's the big boy track. That's my dad wouldn't let me go out there for a couple of years, but once we finally got to do it, it's almost as if like we were going to Milwaukee or something. The place is just huge, but I really took a liking to it. We've had success right away out there, and a lot of good days at the office, to say the least.
Case, you're going to be racing full-time this year in the ARCA Midwest Tour between two different teams. Coming into this weekend, imagine what you learned at Slinger. You got a chance to get one other race in, the Dell's Icebreaker. You had a great car there before mechanical issues. That speed hasn't left you. How hard is it to work at that level, at the level we're going to see Sunday with 29 cars going after that big trophy?
It's extremely hard. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, the Midwest Tour produces some of the best racers in the country, and they're all going to be on top of their game. We're racing for 15 grand. We're racing against Matt Kenseth, Johnny Sauter, all the big guns are going to be there. So we're all going to be scaling a little harder and making sure everything's on point.
And Casey, what are the extra preparations that you do going to Madison? We talked about it being a big half mile, fast half mile, 200 laps. That can take a toll on the driver and the car. What special preparations do you guys make on that 5 team?
Well, the main thing, just like you say, a 200-lap race, you just got to make sure everything's fresh and everything's tied up, everything's away from heat, fresh fluids and everything. I got to stay fresh however I can, all that stuff, because a lot of times in the 200-lap races, the best car doesn't always win. A lot of times mechanicals take you right out of it.
Casey Johnson joining us here on Midwest Tour Talk. And Casey, I've got to ask you, I know that Joe Shear means a lot to a lot of people. Matt Kenseth got to race with him a little bit as he was transitioning through, and Matt got really successful and moved on. You've been able to race against some really good racers, Matt Kenseth included. He's come back and he's won his fair share on occasion, coming back in and winning the Slinger Nationals or winning in 2019 or 2018, I think it was, at Madison. When it comes to that high-profile status, more eyeballs maybe joining us on MidwestTour.tv this weekend. How does that mindset change for you, or is it just, there's Matt, I'm going to go beat those guys too?
That's basically it. They're all just black and white cars to me when we're racing. I'm fortunate enough to race against, I've been racing against High for the last, 10 years, it seems like. And in my opinion, they have the best program in the country. So the bar is set pretty high every time I go racing every weekend anyway. So when some of them guys come in, it's definitely added competition, but we always have to be on point no matter what it seems like.
Casey, I'm going to let you toot your own horn here for a second. When you go racing on the weekend, your week looks a little bit different than some of your competitors. You work full-time. Tell us about your week Monday through Friday.
Well, I'm a regular construction worker, to be honest with you. I'm an operator for Northern Pipeline. We put in gas main throughout the week. So, we work, 10-hour days at a minimum, and after that, we go to the shop, and like I said, Travis, he keeps one of them cars up there for me, and he does a lot of all the weekly maintenance and stuff like that, so I can pretty much show up on the weekend and race. But we kind of bump our heads together throughout the week to figure out what kind of setup stuff we want to do. But racing's my hobby that I try to make. I'd love to make it a job, but no, it's just our second hobby that we can perform at a high level.
Casey, we're looking forward to seeing you racing this Sunday. Are you going to get out there Saturday at all for practice day before we see you on the MidwestTour.tv?
That's definitely the plan. Yeah, we're gonna go out there, weather permitting. I don't know what we got going on there yet, but hopefully the forecast is wrong and that stuff pushes out, and we can go turn some laps and see what we have.
It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch you race once again, Casey. You are in that upper echelon of Wisconsin racers that prove you want to come play here. You better come with your A game. We're going to see that play out over 200 laps this coming Sunday. Casey Johnson, thanks so much for joining us here tonight on Midwest Tour Talk.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Absolutely. And when I talked to Casey, I actually talked to him at Slinger after he ran into the top 3 positions. And he said, hey, if I can help promote this, great. But make sure it's after I get home from work. We've been working some overtime. So in all honesty, these are hardworking individuals. These are great guys and gals to cheer for. These are drivers that worked their way to this level. And now we've got Matt Kenseth racing. We have Ty Majeski back racing. He's a full-time NASCAR truck guy. Derek Kraus is coming back to race. He mentioned Johnny Sauter. Johnny lives in Wisconsin. He wants to race. That's his hobby. That's his golf game when he's not racing in NASCAR. They're all in the mix of a really stellar field of cars this Sunday.
And we heard Luke Fenhaus earlier in the show say that one of the top cars, one of the top guns in Wisconsin is the guy we just heard from, Casey Johnson. So to your point, Jim, it's going to be a stacked field. It's going to be great competition. It's going to be fast, and it's going to be a can't-miss show.
Thanks for joining us here on Midwest Tour Talk. We are excited to see you. We hope to see you at the track on Sunday. Stop by and say hi. We'll be bopping around in the pits. We'll be up in the stands. We'll be doing our thing. But in reality, we love this kind of racing. We love the fact you're buying in. Tell your friends to subscribe to MidwestTour.tv. Midwest Tour Talk has been a fun show to produce this far. We want to continue doing the show, getting you more behind the scenes. And we know by talking to some of the drivers already at Slinger, they saw our first episode and said, man, that was some fun stuff. We love doing this. We want to do more of it. And we want to involve you, the fans, as well. So use the hashtag ARCAMT for Midwest Tour, whether it be today, after you see this, or maybe perhaps on Saturday or Sunday, saying who your favorite driver is. We'll prompt you throughout the week, but that's our way to interact with you as well. Use the hashtag ARCAMT on Facebook and Twitter, and we're going to have some fun with you. And MidwestTour.tv is a great landing spot. We have bonus coverage there as well. We've already had a Big 8 Series race on there. The Dell's Icebreaker, which is the Alive for 5 Series, that was also part of the MidwestTour.tv bonus coverage. So we have a lot of ways to showcase this great Midwest Tour racing. And we thank you for being part of Midwest Tour Talk tonight, Dean. I'm jazzed once again. We've got Casey Johnson. We've got Luke Fenhaus. We got highlights. We're ready to roll into Madison this Sunday.
We're going to be rolling into Madison International Speedway on Sunday, May 1st, Joe Shear Classic 200. It's proving to be a big, big race here in the state of Wisconsin. Greg McCarnes put up extra money, $15,000. Keen Parts came up with a $3,600 challenge. Fast qualifier starts at the back and wins the race.
$25,000 was added to the purse. It's $1,500 just to start the race.
Yeah, it's going to be big. Again, we'd love to see you at the racetrack. If you can't make it, this is your home for the ARCA Midwest Tour, MidwestTour.tv.